Hello fellow gamers, I am your host Brent Justice. Welcome back to my gameplay channel Justice Gaming. I am in Star Trek Resurgence continuing my playthrough. Now in the last video, that was very exciting. We had a mutiny. Can you believe that? We mutinied against Captain Solano. Found out he was a scion of the flame. Now I suspected something was off. I didn't like him. I didn't like his attitude. I didn't like the way he was talking to people. I suspected something was off, and that makes total sense now that he was taken over by a scion of the flame. Perfect sense. And we had that whole mutiny scene, so that was a lot of fun. I aligned with Bedrosian on that, and then we were left off at the end of that video in a combat scene where we had to go up against the two Elydian ships. One of them got away, but we were fighting the other one. I may have to replay a portion of that starting this video off because of where I ended it in the last video. So I will replay probably a portion of that just now, but I will choose the same options I did. So let's begin. Collision course, continue. Nope. I'm glad we do not have to replay any of that. Okay.
Your ship has let up its fire.
That gives us some time.
All right. One of these freight containers should do the trick.
Be quick.
So where we are now is with Carter, and we're trying to make an escape pod. Find a sturdy container for an escape pod. So...
Not this one.
Not enough room for the big guy.
Really, it's very tall. He could stand in it.
No way this'll hold up in a vacuum. Here we go, here we go. This'll work.
That's great, but it's not airtight yet.
No problem. We'll just seal it up.
This container is extremely heavy. Even with the containment field open, it won't leave the bay quickly. I'll find something to accelerate our exit.
So what we're trying to do is escape the ship here. While this battle is going on outside. Awesome battle, by the way. It's like a movie playing.
I cannot keep this up for long.
Their phaser banks are recharging. Now's our window. We have to strike back.
I agree.
Their next barrage could be our last. Better make this count.
Target their weapon systems. Take the teeth out
Yeah,
of the bite.
hit their weapon
That could make
systems.
them run. Just like the Veskar, we'd lose Diaz and Etzelar again. Hit their engines. We've already lost the Veskar.
We need to protect ourselves first.
I trust Bedrosian. We're going with Bedrosian.
Target their propulsion systems. I don't want them going anywhere.
Targeting their engines.
Look, here's the deal, right? We trusted Bedrosian in the mutiny, right? We trusted her, so we need to listen to her input now. Although, I think in my heart, I might have chosen, as a Starfleet officer, to do the weapons instead. But we do want to rescue our crew. That's what we're trying to do also. We need to get Etzelar, Carter, and Armas, whatever his name is, Armenta. We need to get them safe to safety. So if they escaped, we would never get them. Excuse me, by taking out their engines, we can make sure they remain so we can get them.
Whoa. We gotta move it now.
These will give us the push we need.
Those are explosives.
We'll ride the blast right out of here. All set.
I'll set the containment field to deactivate, and then run back. We can detonate by remote.
We'll need to seal the doors from inside the container once we do.
Before all the air sucks out of the cargo bay.
Okay, let's go.
Just a few more moments.
Seal her up. Nope, seal it up. Seal it up.
What are they doing in there?
Bye-bye.
Please, help me.
No. But the Khan get what they deserve.
Oh no, are we gonna have to make a decision?
I don't know. Can we really leave her?
We don't have time. She can save herself. She's not a threat. Ah, she's not a threat.
Look at her. She's not a threat. It's now or never.
This ship can't fly. Sidron set it to self-destruct. Please, Armenta.
We did... Look, the reason why I chose that is we did tell Armenta that we're going to try to save them, even though they're taken over by the Scions of the Flame. Their personality is still in there, probably. So if we can get the Scions of the Flame people out of them, we can save them. So, as a Starfleet officer, I have to try it. Now, she might not be safe. I mean, what I mean is, she might be a threat. And I really didn't like the fact that Carter said she's not a threat. I really do think she's a threat. But I think we could also try to save her. Even though she's a threat, we can still try to save her. So, ooh, okay. This is a tough one.
It's not her.
No. I know it's not.
Carter, we have to seal the
Okay,
doors.
all right. So Armenta has given me the permission now to seal the doors. He just said, I know she's not. I know it's not her. I know it's not. So that gives me permission. He has now realized and come to the realization it is not her, and maybe we cannot save her. So now if there's an option here, I'm going to choose to seal this up and not save her. Because he kind of gave me permission to do that just now.
Don't leave me.
Get this lifeboat off the ship.
Seal the door.
Sidron blows it all to hell.
We're going.
Now, I hope that was the right choice. This might make Armenta mad at me. I don't know. We'll find out. Crap. I can't believe we just did that, too. But we did. That's a done deal. Okay, Armenta is neutral with me, but he gave me permission. He said he knows it's not her. He said he did. Major Armenta understood when Carter refused to rescue Itasca. See, he understood. He may not be happy with it, but he understood. And respected the decision.
Resolute.
I have the away team.
Go ahead.
We're about to exit.
We see the cargo bay containment field is deactivated.
Get that.
That was a real hard decision, by the way. And, okay, in another playthrough, maybe I would choose to bring her in. Or maybe I should have now. Crap. I don't know. Oh, man. This game, I'm so torn on my choices. I don't know what to choose. Like, yeah, yes, no, maybe. I don't know.
Tractor beam ready.
It was our only chance to get out of here.
And you should know,
I
the
don't
Zelda
know.
is set to self-destruct.
If we do enough damage to the Zelda first, it'll prevent the self-destruct sequence from completing.
We can't wait any longer. We have to fire.
Captain, they're almost out of there.
We need to act fast.
They escaped first.
Hold all fire. Get out of there, petty officer. Do it now.
You heard her.
We gotta save them.
Ready?
Detonate.
Detonate!
Well,
We're out. I have them on sensors. Tractor beam activating.
man, her
Locked on
hands
and
are
ready to
messed
fire.
up. Fire.
Fire!
That's a lot of torpedoes. That's torpedo spread in Star Trek Online. Everybody knows that. If you play Star Trek Online, they just hit the torpedo spread. Torpedo spread 3. Hey, and we destroyed it. Okay, look, I think that there was no chance in saving Itasca if we were just going to blow the ship up anyway. Although maybe we could have. I don't know. Now I'm really torn. Should we try to have saved her? Oh gosh, I don't know. She was a Scion of the Flame. but so is the captain, and somehow we have to get these entities out of him, right? Well, crap. Even if I made the wrong decision, oh well. Oh well. I'll have to play this game again, won't I? And that's what I love about these games, kind of games like this. I can play them so many times and choose different options. Which I want to do, actually.
I tracked a transporter signal to the planetoid moments before the Zeldi detonated.
Sidron.
There's a Takan structure there. It's the reason they were here. It's the reason we are here. Now.
What is it?
What's down there?
Answers.
From what I can tell, it's larger than the structure on Tau.
Is this the Takan arsenal Galvin was after?
Legend says this region once held the sacred mysteries of the Takan Empire. Our greatest treasure. Our most fearsome technology.
Well, that's
I want a
good.
full security detail. Westbrook, Bedrosian, you're with me.
Alright, so we have to stop them from
Mr.
getting
Urmott,
all this.
You have the con.
Wait. You're not the first officer anymore. The captain is supposed to stay with the ship. I'm surprised Lieutenant Bedrosian didn't raise that first.
I thought Captain Rydek knew what she was doing.
The captain decides this is too important.
You're right. But this is too important for me to sit out. You'll just have to make sure
And
nothing happens to me down there.
He is commander rank.
Of course, Captain.
We'll deal with the first officer vacancy when we return. Until then, Mr. Urmott?
He's also commander.
Yes, Captain.
So I know I asked it, or I mentioned this at the beginning of this playthrough, but there are so many commanders on this ship, and they're all on the bridge. She's the commander, obviously, but then we have these two there that are commanders. That's just a lot of commanders for one ship on the bridge. Man, I'll tell you what, the other thing I love about this game, a lot of backstory on the Takan. I mean, we are getting so much Takan information. The Arsenal of Eternity. They are building upon the Takan Empire a lot.
Not that I can see.
Well, he's able to just be down there without a suit.
Could be anywhere. Follow my lead.
So this is a question I want to pose to all the people in the comments. What is Portal 6-3? He keeps saying that he is Takan, but is he a construct of Takan, or is he an actual Takonian? Is he an actual biological Takonian, or was he made by the Takan? Is he some kind of a biomechanoid? Is he some kind of android? Is he some kind of cybernetic person? Is he some kind of computer AI, hologram type thing? Does he have, some kind of mystical powers? What is Portal 6-3? He's obviously able to be on this planet without a biosuit. He has no suit on, and we do. So he's different. He's definitely different. What is he exactly? I don't know. Find Sidron. Ooh, I got a phaser.
Let's make this a short mission. All right?
Nope, I want my phaser out. Get my phaser ready.
I'll do my best to make sure nothing happens to you, Captain.
This is a great environment. I love this. Ice planet.
Phasers should make quick work of the ice.
Nice. Bye-bye ice. Nope, not bye-bye ice. Bye-bye ice. Can I phaser the ice, please? Thank you. It automatically puts my phaser away when I crouch. How did Sidron get through here if the ice is in the way? That's what I want to know. Those are the real questions. Man, I love those first contact era spacesuits. Are those just not awesome looking to you? Because they are to me.
I don't see a way in.
Vault in the mines was already open.
There must be some way to activate it.
Look for a hidden mechanism. We can blow it open. Nah, maybe Portal can open it. Let's look for a hidden mechanism first, then we'll ask Portal.
There must be some sort of hidden mechanism to trigger it.
I don't see anything.
Okay, then we ask Portal.
Are you done?
Obviously, he could open it the whole time, and I knew that. But we have to be...
Hidden mechanism. Better to keep it simple. Sometimes the answer is staring you right in the face.
I mean, I knew that he could open it.
Thank you. Definitely easier this way.
But we are Starfleet, and we do things the Starfleet way, which is to try to find out an answer first for ourselves, see if we can figure it out, and then ask for help, I think. Whatever. Here we are. Oh, this is beautiful. All right, this is one of the best looking areas in the game so far. Look at those reflections on the ground. Oh, that is beautiful. This is where, like, if this game had ray tracing, this is like where ray tracing would, like, really be awesome in this area. That's too bad it doesn't. This would be a great game for ray tracing, by the way. Since it's a slow moving kind of a game, you could put a lot of ray tracing in it. You don't need high frame rates. This could, they could have made it look really awesome. So much potential there, they could have done it. Maybe there'll be a second game in the future. Man, I want a sequel to this. We'll have to talk about that in the gameplay review. I would love a sequel of this game.
Spread out. Let's see what we can find. And stay on high alert. We don't know where the Takan that beamed down here could be.
A sequel of this game running on Unreal Engine 5 would just be, chef's kiss.
You will need my help, Commander.
That we know.
How so?
Traversal here is trivial for a Takan, but only a Takan. When you come across a device you cannot use, merely call my name.
Will do. Thank you.
Investigate the vault. All right, well, let's investigate by going way over here and look all around. This is so spectacular. I am loving this.
This pattern resembles the transporter device Petty Officer Maris used to escape the Resolute.
Oh yeah, we still have Maris. Wait, is she
You wish
dead?
to make use of this device?
It's a transporter of some kind?
It allows...
Wait a minute, let's talk about this. Was Maris on the ship we just blew up, the Elydian ship, or did she escape to the Veskar? Wait a minute. Big question in my head, is Maris alive or dead? That rhymed.
Takan to move through space instantly a short distance. Very convenient. I will activate the system for you.
Where does it go?
I'm not sure. The markings here must be from after my time.
Well, only one way to find out.
I wanted to scan all the other things, but okay, good. Space ocean.
Portal? What is that void down there?
Space, folded upon itself. A fairly simple concept.
For a Takan, perhaps?
I advise against falling in.
Alright, calm down there, Portal. Space folded in upon itself down below. I mean, sure, why not? Let's just do that then. Okay, there's a passageway in here also.
Do you know what this place was used for?
It feels familiar, but I'm not certain. The Empire was vast. I did not know every corner of it, and much was built after I became a portal. However, Takan would not build such a place without something precious to protect.
Whatever that is, we have to find it before Galvin does.
Okay, so I guess we gotta go that way. Oh, let's see if we can talk to him. The answer is negative. Oh, we can't go that way.
I should look elsewhere.
Well, fine then. Look elsewhere. I've investigated the whole vault, so what's left? Maybe we just need to use the transporter device. Yes, that is the answer, my friends. The transporter device. Okay, this one goes that way and this one goes that way. I guess we'll go to the right first. Let's go this way. Okay, I found a room. Use your tricorder to collect data, huh? Tricorder it is. Nope, no can scan. Extremely high particle density, impassable with current Starfleet technology. Contains vast amount of Taconian data, contents unable to be translated. Extremely high particle density, impossible to pass. I can't scan that. Can I scan the portal? Portal, can I scan you? Negative.
Soil.
Soil. From a planet not recorded in the Federation database. Requires further
from this planet.
investigation.
Nor any planet in the Federation database.
Use your tricorder to collect data. What haven't we scanned? I think we scanned almost everything. Can I scan this? I can't scan that. I think I scanned everything. Alien soil, investigate.
Why is this here?
This is soil from the homeworld. Our capital system. This isn't an arsenal. It's a temple.
Ooh, a temple.
Ancients. Sacred ground to the Takon. I took my oath as a guardian of the Empire in a place just like this. You cannot imagine the look of pride in my parents' eyes as they said goodbye. Forever.
Okay, he had parents. So he's biological.
Sorry. This is the first I've seen of anything new from the Takon Empire in a very long time.
So is he just flat out Takonian?
I'm sure you're familiar with the feeling. That sense of loss. I thought I was ready for it.
I'm sorry.
Cuts to the core of your being.
Or I understand.
Even with your defenses up.
I totally understand that feeling. It's unavoidable and inescapable no matter what you do.
Yes, it's that distant but familiar feeling that's forever just out of reach.
Oh, he was only neutral about that, but wait a minute. Portal 6-3 appreciated Jara's empathy when he was overwhelmed by feelings of loss. Maybe I should have chose the I'm sorry thing.
Can you use this to find out more about what Galvin is after?
The information's encrypted. I can only discern that it's a warship. No.
Yes.
It's the Aphelion.
The Aphelion.
Perhaps the most powerful Takonian ship ever built.
Well, of course. Why not?
I can't access the full file, but looking through the ship's schematics, it appears to be equipped with some sort of experimental, highly advanced transporter technology.
Transporter technology? For what?
Captain, you better come see this.
Huh. Man, you could probably do a lot of damage with the transporter if you, like, really have an advanced one. Like, I'm just imagining, like, almost like Feature, where you digitize planets away. Like, you could just beam a whole planet away or something. You know what I mean? Like, imagine a transporter that powerful. Uh-oh.
There are more up ahead.
From the looks of it, I'd say someone left in a hurry.
Probably right around the time we showed up.
That is just... Look at that. That is incredible looking. I love the visuals here. Man, the Takon are pretty awesome. I love the look. I love it a lot. Oh, there's a lot of them there. There's a crap ton of them.
I've seen these before. In the other vault. And if all of those are the same as this...
Oh, crap.
Then there must be...
Hundreds of millions, if not billions. All that remains of the Takon civilization.
Wow.
Distinct.
They're bringing back the Empire?
Encapsulated in crystalline form.
You thought this was an arsenal. And in a way, you're right. This is how they rebuild the Takon Empire.
An arsenal of people?
Bioform billions of innocent people.
That seems to be the case. What you have to understand is, these life forms were preserved for the benefit of the Takon civilization, as a means of safeguarding the health and well-being of any Takon, should they fall prey to illness or injury. They were never intended to be used for this purpose.
There you are wrong.
Uh-oh. Sidron.
This was always their purpose, to restore the glory that was lost.
Shoot Sidron, hold fire. Let's listen to him.
Congratulations on your first victory in battle, Captain Rydek. You killed a great many of my compatriots, some that I've known for millennia. Are you proud of how much death you've caused? Each Takan life is precious.
Yes, I am proud. Had to save my crew.
Knowledge and culture lost with each one you murder.
I was protecting my crew. It's regrettable to take any life. But when someone threatens galactic civilization, force is the correct response.
And I suppose it worked. For now. Thankfully, I don't have to convince you of anything. We'll all be on the same side soon enough.
You can't just bioform whoever you want. Not without a fight.
Ah, but that's just it. There won't be a fight. In fact, most won't even know what's happened. 1 minute you're standing there as you. The next you're standing here as one of us.
He's talking about mass transformation. That's what the Aphelion was built for.
Like
Transporter.
beam people?
It'll reconstitute your DNA and bioform you into a Takan in the blink of an eye. This is what they'll use as ammunition.
Ah, I see.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. Of course,
I like number one as an option.
But the end result will be the same.
The Takan Empire is finished.
Your time has passed. The Takan Empire is gone.
Only to be reborn better and stronger than it ever was. The Aphelion is on its way here as we speak. Now it's only a matter of time. You can't delay that which is inevitable.
I can try.
Which makes your next decision fairly simple, brother. You are, after all, a portal.
I am.
Your sole purpose is to serve as a guardian.
So what is he going to do? Is he going to help
But you
us?
stand here surrounded
I'm really
not
curious
by
what
your
his
fellow
course of action
Takan,
will be.
but by members of the Federation. By people who deny our fundamental right to exist. You swore
That's a lie.
to
You attacked
protect
us.
the
Portal's the only true Takan.
Empire, and I can only assume that's why you're here.
Portal is the only true Takan. I guess.
There is only one true Takan here, and that's Portal. You're a scion, a disgrace to the memory of the Takan.
Right, that's what Portal himself said.
Unnatural means.
That's what Portal himself said, so.
I only tolerate your presence
Hoping
so
that's the right
easy
choice.
to abuse me.
Oh.
Which side are
Okay, so he's not happy with me, but who cares? Taconian Liza still blame her for blatantly manipulating Portal 6-3. I don't know. I don't know that we manipulated him. He himself told us that. So, let's see what he does. I'm curious.
Captain Rydek, long-range sensors suggest a massive spacecraft approaching in the distance.
The time has come.
What's his answer?
I hope we
Shoot
speak
Sidron.
again, brother.
No, hold fire. I don't know why I wanted to hold fire, but
Estimated time
I
to
didn't think
contact, 6 minutes and counting.
we were going to be able to beat him
We have
just
to get back to the ship.
simply
And
as
we have
that.
to preserve these souls. We must take them back to your ship.
Those crystals are ammunition to be used against us. We have to destroy them. Bombard the site from orbit.
Ooh.
I'll decide once we're safely aboard the Resolute.
Okay, return Resolute. I think I might try to save them. It's a Starfleet thing to do. Save them, but obviously not use them. We want to save people's lives, an empire, but it's the Scion of the Flame that need to go. Oh no, is she taking over? Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second, everybody. Hold your horses. We did a pause, and it zoomed in on her face. That tells me, as a person who has watched a lot of TV, a lot of movies, and played a lot of games, that tells me something is up with her. Did they stick one of those things in her? Is she a Scion of the Flame now? just now she became one while we were separated down there in the vault. Oh my gosh. Ooh. It's very possible we may have to take her out, which I will do. I will do.
You have to hear me out, Captain. I lost my eyes.
Maybe not. I don't know. I could be totally wrong about what I just said.
Because of you. I committed mutiny for you. But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no...
Well, she is really against bringing them on board. So, okay, maybe she's not a scion of the flame, but... So that theory is out of the water. But, so I'm probably going to have to make a decision. Beam the things on board or leave them down there. Or destroy them, bombard them. What do I do? What's the right choice in this? Even if she resigns, I mean, the Starfleet thing to do is to try to save them. That much I know. We don't, I mean, that would be like mass genocide by just bombing them from orbit. Gosh, that's going to be a hard decision.
Choice but to resign.
If they're taken to the Aphelion, they will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solano. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
Gosh. What choice am I gonna make, everybody? This is a tough one.
2 minutes and counting. It's headed straight toward the vault. The Aphelion is coming into view now.
Well, I think I'm gonna save him. I'm gonna try to save him. I guess.
On screen.
I don't have any other option. Maybe in another playthrough I would choose to do something different, but in this one I would try to save him. By the way, that's an awesome looking ship.
Unbelievable.
The designs are incredible.
Arrival at the second vault in less than a minute.
Okay, look, Bedrosian's going to be mad at me. At this point, though, I don't care. We've already done the mutiny. That's over. So. Whatever. Transport.
Remind you, those life forms are to come. Not science, to come.
Right.
They're not your enemy.
I agree with Portal. And that's why transport them aboard. I don't care if Bedrosian's mad at me. I'm going to do the right thing. They're Takan. They're not Scions.
Transport the storage crystals aboard the Resolute.
Yeah, I don't care, Bedrosian.
Did I hear that right?
Be mad at me.
That's an order.
Be mad, I don't care.
The storage crystals are on board in our cargo bay.
Thank you. I won't forget this.
See, now Portal 6-3 will be on our side and help us in this fight with the Galvin and all that, so, and Sidron. So, you know, now we have Portal 6-3's confidence. He will help us. We'll see what he says. All right, he was eternally grateful when Jara transported the Draconian crystals from the vault to the Resolute. And Bedrosian, let's see, in the aftermath, let's see, I guess it hasn't shown hers yet.
I hope you realize what you've done. We don't need another captain who's gonna risk our lives just to feed their ego.
It's our duty.
This ship and this crew come first.
Lieutenant.
She has to hear it.
This isn't about me. It's our duty as Starfleet officers to protect life, wherever and however we find it.
That is the reason why I chose it.
In Sidron's hands. I had to do it this way.
And to think, I used to look up to you.
All right, now she's just off her rocker. I don't care. Lieutenant Bedrosian was enraged when Jara transported the Draconian crystals aboard and refused to accept her explanation that it was a duty that compelled her. It was duty that compelled us to do the mutiny, and it was duty that compelled us to beam the crystals on board. I have followed the same rationale for every choice I've made. It's now Lieutenant Bedrosian who is being irrational, and that is my thoughts.
The Aphelion is targeting us, approaching rapidly.
They hit us with that bioforming ray, and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but here. Now!
By the way, now we need to contact Starfleet and tell them everything. Well, that was intense. But I think I made the right choice. I kind of think I really did. Despite what Bedrosian thinks. And here we are.
There they are!
Now, bioscan us.
You did what had to be done with the Tasker. I know you held out hope, but it's what she would have wanted. The Tasker can rest now. Even if I wavered.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It's not a question of her being a threat or not.
I'm sorry you lost your friend.
In her final moments, I'm sure she counted you as a friend as well.
No surprises here. But your shoulders separated. If you come with me to sickbay, we can get you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I'll find you afterwards.
You two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
Well, we're back. Oh, I'm in control. Oh, I get to talk or scan or do things. Oh, who is this? Let's talk to her.
You're really making us proud out there, Diaz. The lower decks don't get a lot of glory.
I'm just getting started.
Yep, lower decks for the win.
She was a good little escape pod. I bet I want another ride like that anytime soon.
I'll talk to him last.
Hey, Diaz.
Yeah?
Did you see our people over there? Miranda?
Right,
Kapoor,
Miranda.
Hauser?
We saw Miranda and Kapoor, but they're bioformed. And as far as I know, there's no way to undo it.
That means they're not our friends anymore.
If they attack us?
We'll have to stop them. No matter what it takes.
Yeah. I guess we have to be ready for that.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to turn out. That'll be interesting. Okay, let's talk.
Tell me, did any crew from the Zelti survive?
Well, since the Lydian ships have no escape pods, I think it was just us.
I see. I thought so. I had a partner on board. After this mission, she and I were meant to. Doesn't matter. All that matters now is making the Takan pay for what they've done.
We'll stop them. I promise.
Alright, do we have anybody else to talk to here? No, I think we're done. We can actually walk out. Do a little exploration.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chovak. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him.
Me too.
Just imagine the look on his face.
You know what? I want to see him too. It'll be nice to get one piece of normalcy.
I'm sure we can count on him for that.
Man, we deserve a break after that, though. We deserve a nap. A nice meal and a nap.
I can't believe it. You evaded the Takan, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it.
That about sums it up.
They're gonna be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it. Everybody's gonna learn how you pulled it off.
Can't teach that.
Well, what we did, you can't just teach that.
Maybe not, but I'm sure they'll try. I heard about Belle. Is Miranda?
As far as we know, she's still out there.
So she's probably still alive.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek? What about Captain Solano?
He was turned into a Takan. Rydek had to take over.
Yeah.
She's a hell of an officer. But none of us have been up against anything like this. No one has.
Never a dull moment.
Not in 500,000 years.
I guess there's never a dull moment around here, huh?
You telling me it's not always like this?
Not if we can help it.
Talk to you later.
All right, this will be interesting.
To see you again.
Chovak must like us, right?
Is that so?
It was by no means a certainty that you would return to duty here.
Great to be back.
No, it was not.
But it was my sincere hope you would.
It's great to be seen, boss. There were a few moments out there off the ship where I wasn't really sure we'd be making it back either. Everything here in engineering's kind of a sight for sore eyes.
Indeed. You should know your absence has left engineering terribly short-handed. During your sojourn, this department has fallen unacceptably behind schedule on both regular and irregular duties.
We're ready to work.
There's been a whole lot of irregularity going around.
Seems like you could use some help around here. We're ready to go to work.
I'd like to catch my breath for at least a few minutes, Carter.
Oh, I made him happy. Good. I guess he liked that. Chovak. Carter. Chovak, where are you, Chovak? After Carter's heroics aboard, Commander Chovak was pleased to find him agreeable and willing to get back to work. I knew he'd like that.
Normally, I would assign you to one of the many pressing repair tasks. But, given your experience on board the Zeldy, I have suggested you join the senior staff briefing as we determine our next course of action.
We're in the senior staff. We're lower decks going to the senior staff meeting.
Shift afterwards.
We are moving up. We're moving up. And I'm getting my stuff. I forgot all about that, by the way. The Duridium I have to take. It hasn't been an issue yet.
To an Elydian earlier.
It hasn't come up.
Major Starlet Arminta?
Ah, yes. I met him at the negotiations.
I never would have imagined I'd be here, on the same ship, working together with our oppressors. But now that I am, I can imagine a future where the Hotari and Elydians are no longer enemies.
Yeah, that would be great.
I always hoped for peace, but it seems so far away.
You should seek peace.
Peace is often fleeting. If there's a chance, you should take it.
Peace with our former enemies may be hard for some to accept, but it's what my people need.
It's coming along nicely.
Okay, she liked that. I just want to see what she says here. Tillis was grateful for Jara's words of encouragement regarding peace with the Elydians when they discussed their matter in sickbay.
Thank you, Tylus. I'll take it from here. We're almost done.
I have to brief Ambassador Spock in a few minutes.
Ambassador Spock can wait. You have some fences to mend.
I do.
Personally, I'm against the needless destruction of innocent life forms. So I'm glad you transported the Draconian crystals onto the ship.
Oh, that.
But Lieutenant Bedrosian obviously feels otherwise. And right now, you need the full support of your bridge.
I mean, that's true, but...
Being an effective leader requires trust. But an issue as divisive as this can create discord.
I'll deal with her.
I don't expect everyone will agree with my decisions. And she's entitled to a different opinion. But I'll handle Lieutenant Bedrosian.
You'll be fine. Just as long as people feel like they're being heard.
Okay.
Chaotic last few days.
She liked that as well.
You need to name a new first officer in preparation for what's coming.
Oh, right. I need a new first officer.
You'll have to work to regain Lieutenant Bedrosian's trust. But if she's removed from consideration, it comes down to Westbrook or Urmott.
Okay, I'm going to have to make another decision, aren't I? Commander Urmott was deeply disappointed when Jara chose not to confide in her, and then I guess Westbrook would say the same. Yes, okay.
Obviously, there are pros and cons with each, but ultimately, the decision is yours. Commander Westbrook has seniority.
Oh, Urmott is drunk. I wish it could be Bedrosian. I'm leaning toward Westbrook right now.
Makes him more than qualified.
No, I'm leaning toward Urmott.
You really couldn't go wrong with either of them.
I don't mind saying I consider Commander Urmott a strong candidate for the role.
He'd be a popular choice with the crew, and bring a steadiness to the position that others might lack. Certainly not a controversial choice, but then some may perceive that as playing it safe. You're as good as new.
I think the first officer needs to either be Westbrook or Urmott, though.
Nice to have a captain.
I don't think it needs to be Bedrosian.
You really shouldn't keep Ambassador Spock waiting.
I just don't think Bedrosian is cut out for it just yet. She's not there yet.
Captain.
Maybe in the future.
I'll meet you inside.
But she's not there yet. It's got to be Westbrook or Urmott.
I'm here to officially tender my resignation
from
the crew of the U.S.S.
See, she just gives up, so.
I cannot in good conscience continue to serve aboard this ship. Not while the interests of the enemy take precedent over the safety of the crew.
Request denied. That's what a captain would say.
Lieutenant, I understand how you feel, and I respect your opinion. You're one of the most valuable officers on the bridge, which is why I cannot accept your resignation.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I expected as much. Which is why I already submitted my letter of resignation to Starfleet Command.
My door is always open if you change your mind.
Well, what if I had chose the other option that we need her? Would she have stayed, or was just always going to go down this path because I beamed the stuff on board? If I had tried to destroy it, would she had not have left here? So maybe that's the case. Which is a really cool story element. I love that. But okay, hey, if she wants to quit, then let her quit. I mean, maybe she is not cut out for this, right? I know that we chose her for the mutiny, but now she's just acting completely irrational. So I don't care. Bedrosian, you're just... See, Lieutenant expected Jara's refusal after she suddenly tendered her resignation back.
We'll have Ambassador Spock via subspace shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Urmott.
I'll notify Lieutenant Bedrosian we're about to begin.
That won't be necessary.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsalar have first-hand experience with our adversaries. I thought it advantageous for them to join this briefing. I understand this is unusual, but I trust you have no objections?
These are unusual times.
These are unusual times, Mr. Chovak.
In all seriousness, what Diaz and Edsalar accomplished aboard the Zeldi is nothing short of remarkable. They're both to be commended, not only for surviving against incredible odds, but for helping our efforts against these scions.
You know, Carter deserves most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help. We'd all be bioformed.
I could say the same about Edsler.
Well, I could say the same thing about Edsalar here. She deserves as much of the credit as I do.
It's like a mutual admiration society.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
Captain Rydek, your recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties. Right now, we must keep our attention on the clear and present danger that lies ahead, the Takan and their warship. The closest populations are the Hotari and Elydian systems, and they are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that, lies Federation space. I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you,
nice.
but that will take time.
I would love to see a big old battle.
Are our first line of defense. And with our shield algorithms compromised,
we'll take the help.
At a great disadvantage.
I'm glad to hear the battle group is en route, Ambassador. With what we're up against, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
And you will have it.
I agree with that. We need all hands on board.
Our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Have we made any progress in finding a way to defend ourselves from the Aphilion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the away team gathered on the Zeldi and cross-referencing it against our own as well as Portal 6-3's methods.
The away team is sitting right here. They survived without getting bioformed, so we know it's possible. So, what's the secret? How do we defend ourselves?
Evade them.
Is there a weakness
Don't
we can
get caught.
exploit? Something we can do to avoid getting bioformed.
Don't get caught.
As simple as it sounds, the best thing to do is to not get caught. Whether it's one-on-one or the whole ship.
We avoided the Takan as much as we could.
But we saw the bioforming, and there's not much you can do.
I found something that might help. It's too soon to say for sure, but we've had some promising indications that Duridium can delay the bioforming process.
Ooh.
Duridium?
It's not a cure. It's not going to bring anyone back we've already lost. But Duridium is a cell stabilizer, so it has the potential to slow down the onset of physical and mental changes.
So that's how this plays a part.
Prevent them. And
I'll give it
the
up.
only ship in the fleet with this much Duridium on hand.
Slows it, but
In
then
fact,
what?
A lot of ships wouldn't have any.
I'll give it up.
I'll forego the rest of my treatments, if it means the crew will be safe.
Captain, you'd die.
That's an honorable intention, but it's not that simple. It requires a much larger dose to be effective. We don't have enough Duridium on board to protect the whole crew. We barely have enough to protect everyone in this room.
Oh.
Sounds like it won't do us much good then.
The use case I'd suggest is that it could buy a little time for an officer or a small group to complete a task or mission. But it has to be taken at the moment of exposure to the bioforming mechanism.
Infiltration.
Prepare a delivery method for this remedy.
That raises the question. What is the mission?
An infiltration mission.
Assuming the Aphelion uses shields of some kind, I don't expect it will be easy to bypass their defenses.
We may not be able to block the Aphelions' attack either. But if they do strike, we know their weapon uses transporter technology. We might be able to backtrack their signal path.
Like we did to evacuate Captain Rydek from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto the Aphelion.
So we could destroy it from the inside.
I'm not exactly sure how, but...
Well, we will have Portal's help.
I think Portal could still help us. If he can't get a first-hand look at the Aphelion, he might be able to identify a weakness.
After sparing the remnants of his civilization, I should hope he'd help us.
Yes, he'll help us because of that.
We'll need to prepare a boarding party, if it comes to that.
Petty Officers Edsalar and Diaz are the logical choices to lead any away mission to the Aphelion. They have already crippled one enemy ship. If anyone can do so again, it is them.
This isn't like...
Yeah, so if I had tried to blow up the things down there on that asteroid, I don't think that maybe Portal 6-3 would have helped us so easily or at all. But because I did that, I think we can now use him to help us. That was my thinking there.
The engineering mission that took you to the Zeldi. Do you really have some special insights that a tactical team wouldn't?
Doesn't the fact that we're here
Sabotage, can't destroy the Cartet, but
Just
only
surviving
Takan
won't
can...
be enough this time.
We found that only a Takan can operate their technology to its fullest. So, unless we want to try to do this with one hand tied behind our backs, we're definitely going to need an assist from this Portal guy.
That.
I like that even less.
Like it or not, that's the truth.
Yes. Portal should be part of the away team. There's no question in my mind.
If this is the necessary course...
By the way, I like Commander Urmott. If I have to choose like a first officer, I think I'm going to go with Urmott because Westbrook agrees a little too easily, and Urmott asks the hard questions, and he gives an alternate view, and I think that's important for a first officer. He should be concerned and worried about Portal 6-3, his intentions, and all that, and he should be asking those questions.
Of action. I support it.
But ultimately, he realizes that it's the right course of action and supports it. So I think Commander Urmott is probably a very good commander, would be a very good first officer.
I will compile all the latest data on the tricorders, just in case.
In the meantime, I want you working on ways we can combat the Takan tech. Shields, weapons, anything we can use.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else, Ambassador?
I know this matter is in capable hands. Hold the line as best you can. Help is on the way.
Thank you.
It's quiet. It's time to fight, or let's get to work.
We have plenty to do and no time for speeches. Let's get to work.
Oh, Urmott, I think, liked that. I think they all liked it. I mean, that's the Starfleet way.
You're dismissed.
Let's do it.
While we have a quorum of senior staff, there is a procedural element we need to take care of.
Urmott. I'm going with Urmott.
Resolute command codes must be transferred to Captain Rydek for control of the ship.
Of course.
Computer, transfer all command codes to Captain Jara Rydek. Voice authorization Urmott, Echo 4 Lima.
Voice authorization Duval, Beta 2, Yankee.
Voice authorization Westbrook, Alpha 7 Tango.
Awaiting your authorization, Captain.
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. I don't know which one to pick. All of them. Alpha 3, 5, 7. Alpha 5. X-ray.
Voice authorization, Rydek. Alpha 5. X-ray.
Captain's codes transferred. The updated command structure is incomplete. Please designate a new first officer.
Urmott.
Who is the new first officer?
Please designate a new first officer.
All right. I like that we get this choice. We're going with Urmott.
I am proud to name Commander Urmott as my new first officer, effective immediately.
I explained why. I don't care. He's mad. I don't care.
Thank you, Captain. I promise I won't let you down.
Computer, Commander Urmott is the new first officer of the U.S.S. Resolute.
Awaiting voice authorization.
Voice authorization Urmott, Echo 4 Lima.
Authorization is now complete.
Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
Let's look at that real quick. Okay. Westbrook was devastated to yet again be passed over for promotion as the first officer of the U.S.S. Resolute and won't soon forgive Jara for the slight. Are we going to have to fight Westbrook? Commander Urmott was thrilled and honored to be named of the Resolute's new first officer.
Nicely done. I think that went well.
Captain Rydek!
Oh, gosh.
Excuse me for a minute.
He's not happy.
This is just unbelievable, unacceptable, inexplicable. To be the most senior officer on the bridge, and to be passed over again?
Oh, come on. They're both commanders, so most senior? I don't know about that. It's not what I want to do.
I couldn't believe you went to Lieutenant Bedrosian with the information about Captain Solano being compromised instead of me. But this... I've never felt more humiliated.
I know you're disappointed.
Listen, I know you're disappointed. I would be too in your position. But considering our history and what we're up against, I had to decide what would be best for all of us. Which is why I chose Commander Urmott.
He's not even close to being first officer material. He's little more than a bureaucrat who's never set foot off the ship. That is a serious liability at a time when we need experience. Otherwise we don't stand.
You couldn't be more wrong.
Scions.
You're entitled to your opinion, but I completely disagree with your assessment. Commander Urmott is an extremely competent professional who's more than up to the task, and he'll be an excellent first officer.
You drove Bedrosian away? Now this? If you're not careful, you might not have any crew left, even if we do survive.
But see, I was in a no-win situation here. No-win scenario. If I had chose Westbrook, then Urmott would be angry with me. So I can't win either way. and her refusal to listen to reason only compounded his frustration. I was trying to listen to reason.
But we will survive.
Ridiculous.
Dang, that's going to be a problem for me. Alright guys, I'm doing real good. I've managed to make Bedrosian quit Starfleet, and I've managed to make Westbrook mad at me and probably won't obey my orders in the future or have some kind of problem. And the captain is a Takan Scion person thing.
I don't understand.
Alright, well this is where we're going to stop for today. I'm going to go back to the main menu and we should be able to continue from this place. Let's see, play line of fire. I believe that's where we just left off, so I think we're okay. Alright, well I made a ton of tough choices in this one that I guess I didn't handle very well in the aftermath. I tried, but I guess I didn't handle it too well. So let's first talk about the vault thing we found. So we found this vault, Takan vault, and it has these Takan people that are there, a lot of them. And they are not Scions of the Flame though, they are regular Takans. So if I had, I mean, what right do I have to throw a bunch of torpedoes at it and destroy it? I don't, okay? I just don't. As Starfleet officer, we should want to, you know, try to save lives. These are not Scions of the Flame, they are Takan. So it is my duty to protect them. Alright? So, oh well, Bedrosian is mad at that. Who cares? She's irrational for being mad at that. Simply put. She doesn't understand duty, and that's why she could never be commander right now. She could never be the commander. So, I guess she's gonna she's a quitter also. She just quit because she didn't get her way. She didn't like a decision that the commander made, or the captain, so she's gonna quit Starfleet. Let her quit then, she's not Starfleet material. That's how I think. Alright? So, that's out of the way. Making that decision to save the people of the Takan made Portal 6-3 happy, and so he's going to help us. We're going to bring him on the away team, and he's going to be fighting on our side, and he respects us and our decisions, and that's good. Now let's talk about the commander choice here. I think Urmott was the more stable option. I really, really do. Westbrook was quick to agree and did not question orders, and I would want a commander who did question and ultimately would do as the captain says, but yes, does think of the alternatives, thinks of other things that the captain might not be thinking of, and brings those to the attention so we can discuss it. So I think Urmott was the better choice there as the commander, but obviously that made Westbrook extremely mad at me. Now at the end here, I think I would have had a choice. I had some options that I could have chosen that he would not have been so angry with me, but I think I probably chose the wrong options and made him even more angry at me. That might bite me in the butt in the future. So I do regret some of those decisions, but I tried to choose decisions where it sounded like I was listening to him and trying to talk about it, but I guess they weren't the right ones. Well, I tried my best, okay? I tried my best. But if I had chosen Westbrook, then Urmott would have been mad at me, right? He would have had the same thing here. He would have been mad at me also. So, again, it was a no-win scenario. Somebody's going to be mad at me. I just have to hope down the line it doesn't bite me in the butt. I mean, it probably will, but I had to do that, so whatever. I tried my best, and I guess maybe I could have made better dialogue options, but again, it's with these dialogue options, you sometimes never know what the intention of the option is you're going to choose. And so even though I'm thinking that I'm making a good choice, it might not be the same intention that I think it's going to end up being. So that's why I like games that sometimes give you the entire dialogue, like Deus Ex. I know I keep bringing that game up, but that shows you the entire dialogue that's going to be said. so you know what the intention is because you can see ahead what the dialogue is going to be. In this one, you don't get a whole idea of what the dialogue is going to be. You just get a little snippet and hope it was the intention that you intended. And sometimes it's not. So I kind of get screwed up a little bit there on that. So yeah, you know, all that I can do is to replay this game in the future, and I would love to do that. I think that I would make different choices and try different scenarios and see what happens. But anyway, I'm playing this right now. This is going, whatever ending I get is going to be the ending I get. So that's my playthrough for this one anyway. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the next video. Should be very exciting. I don't know how many more videos we're going to have. If the next one is the last one, then prepare for a very long gameplay review at the end of that. If it's not the last video, then maybe the next one will be that. Again, I don't know. Just prepare that at the whatever ends up being the last video on my playthrough, I always do a gameplay review at the very end, so stay tuned if you want to see that. Like the video if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.